Hello, and welcome to today's video. Alright, let's take off, shall we? Today for you, I have the Bastion X3. Oh, and Minimus apparently as well. Alright, if you may or may not know, Bastion X3, it is my first ever thing which is designed to go to another planet system and also come back safely. Yes, safely. Now if you watched my Minimus video, you saw exactly what we do. We go to the moon, we land with this top section, we come back into an orbit around that moon, we dock back to this, and then we go back home. So to perform this mission, you do need a little bit of docking skill, which hopefully I think I would have taught you if you've watched my previous videos. I try to keep things very simplified so anyone can learn, because I found when I first began playing this game, it's really hard to find videos which is that good combination of teaching you, but not requiring you to have a ridiculous knowledge of the game to start with, because there's no denying Kerbal has a steep learning curve, to say the least. Alright, first jettison. Oh, they look cool. Do a little spiral dance for us. We're pushing about 10,000 up now, so yeah, getting through the upper atmosphere, starting to get some proper speed. We'll begin giving ourselves a little bit of an angle, just a tiny bit. We don't need much. Now hopefully I've lined some stuff up correctly here. I want to do this as easily as possible, not so much for my sake, but more for your sake. Normally when I go to the moons and other planets, it takes such a long time, so I just blindly fire anywhere and brute force everywhere I want to go. I'm hoping I've lined things up a bit better today, and I'm not just going to have to fly endlessly in space for like half an hour, because that would really be quite boring, because it's the boring mechanical stuff that's it's just not interesting to see in the videos, I don't think. Even explaining what you're doing, it's just, it's boring. It's boring to do, it's boring to watch. No one wants to learn about it. Alrighty, well the Bastion seems to be away quite nicely. We're about to be jettisoning the final stage. Now I don't really care about what really I'm doing. I just want to aim in this direction and fire out. I don't need to get into an orbit or anything. We're here to achieve escape velocity. And that means firing out at this angle as hard as we can. And pew, there's some explosions. Alrighty, now this will be the module which will get us into escape velocity with the central fuselage. You can see the central fuselage here, with the RCS all strapped to it. That's designed to be the, I guess, the interplanetary module, and anything attached to it can go to other planets. And this here is my Muner lander. Yes, we're going to land on the moon. We're going to land on Ike, in fact. Do some cool stuff and come back. Hopefully come back. That's the big if, coming back. I doubt we'll do it all in the one video. I'm not really keen on putting up 2-hour, 3-hour videos for you guys. So hopefully I can keep this one at a maximum of about 40 minutes. Maybe if we push into the 50-minute mark, we don't know. We'll see. It all depends on the angle we're coming out here and how we're firing. Now, I was talking about this angle. I'll zoom out a little bit here, and you'll see I'm not just doing it pure blind. I have sort of lined Duna and Kerbal up a bit, and that's just to save you having to watch me go around and around doing this crap. What I am hoping is I'm coming out at the right angle. That we will be... Where's my apoapsis? Over here. We could probably work with that. I'm sure we could. And... yeah. Let's see then what's happening. So our apoapsis is expanding out this way with our first burn. Periapsis is shrinking over here. And where am I aiming to do that? I am aiming right out this way, it seems to do that. So I'm guessing if I came up this way, it might have been more ideal. I don't know. Every time I think I come in the right direction, it's just never right. I'm sure there's another video online we can all watch to work out how to do that properly. But as long as I do the burn coming out of Kerbal and escape, this is much quicker apoapsis. Otherwise, if I just get into my periapsis and burn, it's just going to take forever. That's moving quite fast. I'm happy with that, and it will only get faster. Alright. Maybe stay in our prograde position, put some RCS on just to get there. I don't want to burn too much RCS, we need that for our manoeuvres. The Mark II version of this did need more RCS. I did get to one of the other planet's moons. It was time consuming getting back because we ran out of RCS. Now, so this is our target. We have a 0.2 degree difference in our nodes. That's very, very marginal. We can work with that when we get there. We'll have 2 times to work on that. I'm just hoping we're not going to come in too quick here and actually miss Duna. If we do, we'll push our apoapsis farther out beyond Duna's to slow down and intercept it on the return. Again, this is just a blind dry fire. I'm just throttling on straight after Kerbal and escape, and as you can see, our apoapsis is climbing faster and faster, quite steadily. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually quite happy with the way this shootout came. I attempted this video twice before, and I swear I did 4 different directions somehow, and I kept coming out with my periapsis here, and tried doing some manual burns, and it was very evident it was going to take too long. Like, even after this entire burn time here, we were like this far out from Kerbal, and it's not a disaster. We can do it. By golly, the fuel you look at, I mean, we just hit 10,500 here. We barely touched our fuel. We have the fuel to do all of these burns. But what we don't have is the time. Well, I have the time. I just don't want you to put up with that amount of time. Surely you could skip forward, etc., and I could put down time points, but you'll miss out on the great gravity and body of the video. Alrighty. Really getting close now. I mean, what are we aiming for? What is it about? It's about 19 there anyway. So we're actually heading out to the wider section of Duna here, where we're travelling at its slowest. So, I'm confident. My biggest concern is the periapsis here, but because of the way we're burning, it's extremely inefficient to build a periapsis here, which is why you're seeing the apoapsis is growing faster. I mean, I'm very close to my periapsis. I'm not aiming this way. Well, sort of am aiming this way. Aiming that way. Almost there. Surely we should be getting some form of target appearing very shortly to tell us where Duna will be in relation to us when we get to this section here. Really, it's not taking that much time at all. I'm actually, like I said, I'm very happy with the angle we came out. And to do that, I aim sort of this way, I guess. It was towards the sun, towards the right side of the sun. Ah, here we go. As thought. So here, we are going to be here. Our target's there. Our target is definitely going to be slower than us. We're going to be coming in way too fast. So as promised, we will continue with this exact burn while it's quite efficient, and we should see this number begin dropping quite fast. As we begin getting wider out, we will slow down significantly. This whole time here on the outside, we will be travelling slower than Duna, and therefore Duna can catch up to us. I don't like playing the make the outside planet catch up to you game. It's very slow. I would much rather play, hey, I'm the inside planet, I'll catch up to you. Well, we caught up way too fast. Duna needed to be here for this particular maneuver. But I don't mind that much. I mean, it's already almost halfway through already. I think we're going to get a lock with our original burn. In fact, this is a first for me in Kerbal history of any version. I have never ever got a lock on a planet with just one direction coming out. You can look, I am still in the exact same direction. I mean, I haven't left Kerbal yet. It's still there. Right there. I can even still see our stages. Yet, look at this lineup we're getting here. This is beautiful. Now, how close will it go? We are going to have to tweak it. I just want to see if we get a lock by doing this. And if I do, I'll be so happy. Up, 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 up. And is it going to? I think it might. I think it might. No, it's going up again now. Well, that was disappointing. Or not. I mean, look, that's close. That is very, very close. Come on, you can't deny that. I got it within 192,000 kilometers. Keep in mind that is a small number when you're talking space. Even Kerbal space, that's very small. I mean, look, the arrows are so close together. That's proof it's close. And that was all done with one burn. We used... Look, it wasn't originally... We've used barely any fuel. And that is by far the biggest burn we have to do. By far. Because it's actually not that hard fuel-wise getting back when you're this far out. Alrighty. Let's adjust this node here. Let's see if fixing the node will make us closer. So if that's 0.3, 0.3 still. 0.4, it's gone away. And, whoop. Oh, that was 0.1. No, not 1. 0. Alright, well, where is that? Maneuver, RCS, and 12 days to get to that maneuver node. Let's get there. 11, 10, 9. What happened there? Oh, we actually left Kerbal finally. That's right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll try to do this quickly for you. As I said, it's all about making it as quick and as efficient for you guys. Oh, there you go, we just missed it. Luckily, a 3-minute miss when you're talking about like millions and millions of kilometers isn't too crucial. With the exception of trying to get to, I don't know, maybe Dres. Yeah, stuff like that does get very crucial with Dres. Alright. Now I'll kill this maneuver node. We're sitting at our normal position, and we'll raise this up until we get rid of this sending node crap here. Is it going down? Should be going down. There we go. It's definitely going down. It should start screeching across as the two ends try to oppose each other, just like your apoapsis and periapsis. And that's what's happening here. If you've ever wondered why they do start moving across like that, it's obvious if you push them out, they need to swap each other. Well, we've done quite a bit now. We've used really FL fuel. We're going to get a really close approach, and we've killed our descending nodes. We just need to do some annoying stuff now. We just need to tweak this a bit to actually get a good lock. What happens if we move it this way? If we get a lock straight away, and what type of lock would we get? 38 million. 39 million. Can we push it back more this way? 21. You can probably see what I'm doing here. I literally just play with different arrows here. If it starts going out, it's still going down. As long as it keeps going down, I'll keep pushing that same direction. 8, down more. 9, it went up a bit, so we'll push it back this way. Okay, and 8, and we'll try another direction. Forwards. What happens to forward? No, we lose it if we go forwards. What about back? 10. 8, 4. Well, this is looking promising. 8, 3. Does that just say 16? Well, that shot off wildly then. Well, 9 anyway. That's close. That narrows it down significantly again. So we're moving to that maneuver node, 29 days away, and we'll wait 29 days. Well, for you guys, less than 20 seconds. 8, 7, 16, 15, 14, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we missed it by 2 hours again. Does not matter. I'm hoping to, really demonstrate the kind of pace that I'm trying to do this with for you guys. I don't want this to be a long video. Not at all. I don't want to put off you guys from wanting to actually visit this section. I will sit this at, where are we here? That's a radial in position we're doing, by the way, where our maneuver was. You can always recognize these symbols here to this. For example, there's your target or anti-target. You might wonder why I always clear off the maneuver position whenever I'm moving to one. They actually annoy me when I'm sitting here trying to watch particular numbers drop. It just confuses me. There's just so many extra numbers that start jumping up for no reason, especially when you get 2 periapsis, a real one and a theoretical one. And I'm like, which one am I looking at? The real one, the theoretical one? There we go. And now I've actually got a periapsis lock, and I know our nodes are good. I'm going to stop this being our target as well, because why? We've got the thing. Again, we'll just keep burning, and we'll see how low this number we can get with just this one burn. In theory it was about 8 if I remember. Wasn't that 8 our maneuver node said it could possibly be? So it should start going up around that position. And 8, I'll slow it down a little bit here. Oh, it's still going down. 7, 6, 5, 4. This is the good bit. Always slow your throttle down here. Now that's definitely slowing down the amount it's going to. Yeah, it's going up now. Alright, that is as close as we can get with that burn. 6 million, honestly, is not bad. Alright. Let's get it better. Now what we need to do is, let's play with a maneuver node over here now, shall we? Which direction should we go? If that was 6.8, what happens if I go this way? Where on earth is it? 7.5 now. You can start to see, I mean, look at all of these numbers everywhere there. If I double all of that, then, yeah, it's just a bit annoying. 6.8, 8.8, it definitely started going up again a bit then. 14, no, it's just getting confusing now. Let's move to one over. Let's move on at the apoapsis. Let's see what happens if we can play with it over here. Okay, so 6.8 is our start. We now have I see a 6.7. We'll continue with that one now. 6.8 it's gone back to again, so it's not doing much for us. Push that way. 6.7. 6.8 again. Radial out. 669. See, this is sometimes the frustrating thing when it comes to trying to get your lock with another planet. It just doesn't matter what direction you're moving it. It just feels like it's just making it worse. And it's all of what's it's happening now. You're like, there's only so many directions you can click. I mean, what do you see there? 6 different little tools. One of them has to make it better, or at least a combination of one of them. Again, I'm sure there's a mathematical way you can actually work this out properly. I am just blindly doing it, as you can see. And wait, I see is that 6-8? 7-9, 6-8, and 6-8 still. Really, it's just staying at 6-8. No, it's 13 now. Close off. So we are at 6-8. If we go back a bit, it will go to 6-7. Alright. I'll go up a bit. It's gone straight to 7. It's getting frustrating. Let's just go blind. I get impatient. You probably gather. It's just not tweaking enough for me. And we did such a good burn to start with. Alright, we're going to start slowing down as we move out here. We'll get really slow around this section, and it starts to give you an idea of what it'd be like to go to Joule or Elu, I suppose. Look how far Elu is from me at the moment. Right now would be the most difficult time to get to Elu possible that Kerbal could throw at me. So I mean, look at the crazy incline it's at, and the distance, and it's like nothing going on there. Plus it's tiny, it's just a little ice cube or something like that. Alrighty. Yeah, it's starting to get slow now. Do you know what? I really can't be stuffed screwing around with all of these things. 6.8, I'm going to work with that. I'm going to shoot until we get into the captured orbit, and I'm just going to radial in to kill it. Is that a dumb idea? Probably. We're probably going to come in at a ridiculous speed. Ridiculous. If only we had some form of craft that carried enough fuel to kill that much velocity. Yes. If only. Alright. Almost there. God damn, this is slow. They seriously need another speed. If you're listening, Kerbal, please just add one more speed section to your updates. And make speed warp stop when you hit an atmosphere. I don't know how many people have ruined their missions by being a bit impatient with the time warp. Alrighty, speaking of time warp and impatient, there we go. About to get our lock, aren't we? Right here, the Duna encounter. How are we missing it? Let's see. Peel. Alright, so we were actually going to come in from above it, so we should have come in down. We were still radial in like this. But we'll come across this way, and that should look a bit straighter and nicer now. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, that looks healthier. And how about a 2-minute burn? Really? That is it? Come on, guys. 2 minutes is a long time when you think about it. Alright, well, wait for that. Look at the craft. As you can see, 4 nuclear engines is what's powering it, and oh, we can see Duna at this point, and Ike. Quite a good size Ike is in comparison to Duna. Very unlike the Mars counterparts in real life, which have some of the smallest moons. Yeah. Let's see. So the Bastion, the lander is the main section here. We of course have the docking ports all across there. We got the actual capsule that holds the crew. We have got a few bits of servicing stuff, some science to do on it, some ladders, some landing gear, and we separate here. Might actually extend this just in case. We don't want to run out of some power. Now we got a little extra port here so we can control the module externally, because we don't really want just drifting off into space. We've actually almost done this burn. Oh, at maneuver. I'm not even set up my maneuver. How stupid. Hopefully it still comes out good. We are very far, so we got plenty of time to make up. Yeah, so 6 million, you really can work with 6 million. that wasn't a problem at all. So I guess I should have come down or up. It's hard to know sometimes. And is it... I want that to be, you know, wrapping around it. Come down. That should slingshot back up this way as it comes up this way. Yes. I'm learning more about the way these mechanics work. And that's about to look quite healthy soon in a moment. So we're going to come down that way. Yes. And yeah, we're still going to come in from above a little bit, of course. But look, that's good. That will work very well for us. Now we're going to do some horrible, horrible fuel burning. Gonna come in. We don't want to time warp too fast and ruin this mission. Now then, that will be shooting us off. Will that be speeding us up? I need to start learning if I'm doing a gravity assist to slow me down or to speed up. That one would be if I'm coming from this way. That would speed me up, I think, this one. So I think if I came across this side, it would slow me down. Maybe someone check on that, of course. Anyway, I don't really care. 8,500 liquid fuel really says it all. I am a brute force approach person, and you really don't get to do that much in this game if you're going to brute force everything. I mean, getting to Elu would be an absolute nightmare to just attempt it. Alrighty, now when I finally get into a proper orbit here around Duna, we will begin working out how to get to Ike. We'll wait till we get to up. Alright, we passed up Periapsis now. Begin burning instantly. We gotta kill this orbital velocity right down. I think it's about 1,200 or something ridiculously low like that is Duna's escape velocity, so we gotta kill a lot of the speed. And where is Duna then? How do you hide the planet? There we are. Pretty. Now, you might remember we've got a rover on here somewhere. On the South Pole, I think it is. Right on the edge of the ice caps. Okay. Beautiful. Yes, fairly certain if we came in from the other direction, we could have used a gravity assist to slow us down. Maybe. Or maybe we did it right this way, who knows? I don't think we did. It's dropping down. Now, always make sure you do these kind of burns away after you've left your Periapsis, otherwise you're just going to waste your fuel. Even for me, that's a bit much of a fuel waste there. And we're starting to slingshot back this way a bit now. Yep. Because I want to bring this direction up soon. Get us in line with Ike. Now the set target didn't work well for me last time because the setting goes 5 degrees. Okay, maybe that would work for us, but that should start really curving back in soon. As I said, we got quite a high escape velocity. In fact, we could have slingshot past Ike and used Ike to kill a lot of our velocity. We could have come in, slingshot this way, I think, and then slingshot this way, and I reckon that would have been enough to steal a lot of free energy to move away. Now I'm just going to put ourselves into a stability assist because I want to start moving our direction up a bit there as well. There we go. Cool. I'll just give us a bit of a combination of the two here, killing our speed and bringing us up. We'll remove this over there. Alright. As I said, big burns. Big burn. Big wasteful fuel burn. Actually, Ike is got a very flat orbit. In fact, Duna is really your beginner planet. It has little to no incline, so it's very simple to get to as far as adjusting this. And its moon has little to no incline, so it makes it simple. Now, when I visited Gilly, that was a little bit more challenging, actually. In fact, it was extremely challenging, to say the least. It was tiny sphere of influence to get caught. And, yeah, it's a pretty inclined orbit as well. Alright, we're going to start seeing this really curve over soon. Yeah, well, actually, I might do it a bit quicker. We'll work on the, well, we got normal node after we kill a bit more of our speed and get into a bit more of a stable orbit. But there's not too much point doing our nodes here anyway until we're actually in line. And as you can see here, we are just not in line. And we want to be in a really good orbit around anyway as well. Now, what type of gravity assist would we be doing with this? I mean, what's happening with our orbit? We could use this to get back to Kerbal. No, this is almost identical orbit to what we had still. So yeah, that's because we're coming in with the tremendous speed that I was talking to you about. Yep. Well, this burn is turning out to be a bit bigger than I first expected, actually. I think because last time I did this, I actually slowed myself down a bit before I came in. And look, I really just didn't this time at all. It still looks like it's just we're shooting straight out at high speed, but as you should really start turning quite quick now. We're getting towards the escape velocity speed. And once we get below, I think it's 1200 would be the magical number. This is certainly why they didn't land on New Horizons on Pluto. There's no way it could have carried the amount of fuel required to do this type of burn there. Plus, it was one of our fastest crafts ever built, so it would have had to have just had an insane amount of delta V. What have we got here? Test Duna, Duna 1, and Duna Lucky. Where is Duna Lucky? Right here. We will revisit that in another video, because that was just too much fun. I had a friend tell me he'd like to see us at least get to the red edge. And I can tell you, me too, I would certainly have loved to get to the red edge. Slowing down more and more. Now, we don't have to use anywhere near this amount of fuel when we go back to Kerbal. We'll shoot off, we'll do our burn thing to get towards Kerbal, but I'm just going to fire in at high speed into the atmosphere. I don't care, this thing will take it. And I think because I'm playing the was it experimental mode, I believe it is? I think I might have the atmosphere turned out a little weaker than it is in the normal game. I thought I just made it like medium across the board, but after watching other videos on the net, I'm fairly certain mine must be a bit weaker than it should be. It's still interesting though, still a lot of, I mean, Eve is still certainly a challenge. Well, we hit that 1200 magic number now. And as promised, it does look like it's starting to turn around a bit quicker now. Yes. Well, this gives me confidence, seeing it's such a tiny escape velocity for Duna. Maybe the craft on Brutus will be able to do the mission at hand. As I have not tested Brutus at all as far as getting places. I know it can leave the Kerbal system. I know it has lots of fuel. I don't know how it would go doing this burn, because it has the equal amount of delta V it produces. It can just do it for 50% longer each time. That might not be enough to slow it down, which is why I'm trying to learn more and more about these mechanical orbits and gravity assist and slowdown, because I think that's going to be the key to the Brutus project. Look, if I kill Brutus, I kill Brutus. It's simple as that. I don't care too much. I mean, there's only 5 docks, and once you really get docking down pat, that's not so difficult. I mean, it can be a bit time-consuming and annoying, especially that last little bit, but you just feel so proud of it, and it's so interesting docking. We are still firing out quite fast, but it should come really hurtling around. We have burnt substantially more fuel than I have ever done doing this before. So this is really unfortunate. I do apologise for this. I mean, this is way too brute force even for me. I really should have done something to do this. Although, I know what I should have done. I should have come down at least within the atmosphere level, like a 10,000 meters or something like that through Duna. Then we could have used its really thin atmosphere to have slowed us down a little bit. Now, this burn's pretty much done now. We'll come shooting. I guess because I'm this far out and I was coming at such a funny angle as well, that was always going to be a problem. almost there, and this isn't even the whole part of it. I mean, we got to get here. But I mean, this burn here, this is like 80% probably of what the fuel will consume. Easily 80% of the fuel will consume for the whole mission. I mean, what were we? We were like 7,000 at one point. I mean, we've consumed a lot of fuel doing this. I mean, we are probably about halfway through our fuel, actually. Now then, all these nodes these nodes aren't too bad, to be honest. And where are we? Here. Let's see what kind of stuff we can do. Just want to tweak this in a bit. How are we going to come in now? Oh, and there we go! Bam! Well, just like that. How's that then? And how low will that go? Oh, that's twisting us around nicely. You can tell we don't have much speed doing this coming in by the amount of, sheer arc we're getting. I'll bring that to about 2,000. Look, we did a lot of burning to do that first node, but no, at least it was really worth it. Look, here's what we're going to do now, and there we go. Look, we did it all in the one burn. Now we're going to come in here, we're going to snake in this way, and we're here. We are here. We'll quickly get into a periapsis now, back into a retrograde position as well. And we'll get over here, wait till we're just leaving, and okay. RCS, get in that retrograde position. Okay. Now, no, I'm not going to show you the landing quite yet. I think this has consumed way more time than I would like. And I'm actually running out of time. It's got a few things I'm going to have to do, unfortunately. That was really, really convenient. Because of the target thing, I was able to see we were coming in reasonably close and was able to fine-tune it to actually slingshot using Duna in here. And, alright. Actually, I'll bring this down a bit here. 17, don't want that too low. In fact, that's even a bit east to west. I'll work with that for our, I'll just work with that in general. 40, 17. We'll make this a bit even though. Okay. The Bastion is essentially here. We are now in our orbit. In fact, there is Ike first. That is where I first tested the Bastion. Alright. Well, we are here. And we have arrived. I'm not going to land in that same spot because it gives us a terrible view of Duna, and we're tidally locked with it, so it won't change. I'll probably go way farther on down there. So, alright. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, it was a rather rushed one, unfortunately. I just wanted to show you how to get to other planets so you can attempt it yourself in your own time. I showed you a really disgusting technique. No, I showed you 50% good, smart technique and 50% disgusting technique. The two combined gave you, well, my technique. See if you can tweak out the angle you come out from Kerbal and see where it gets you. And certainly don't do a disgusting burn like I just did then to have to get into your orbit. I mean, do something clever, swing around one spot, come at the right angle, do your burns appropriately. And maybe even use some atmosphere to slow you down. Alright, well, as I always say, until next time.